Rifleman. Starring Chuck Connors.
See you tomorrow.
Hi, Lucas. There's Pop. Let's have some fun. Hey, I'm not Pop. Wait a minute. Listen. Hey, come on.
Kirby! Allison!
Please.
All right, Kirby, that's enough. That's enough of that.
We were only funning, Mr. McCain.
Well, the fun's over. Get going, Allison.
See you, Pop.
You had me going then.
Well, they're always up to some horseplay, Pop.
Oh, just boys, Lucas. Just boys.
Sure you're all right?
Sure, fine. Fine, Lucas.
Come on, son.
You all right?
Pop, go get the doc.
It's a miracle we got you down here alive.
It's that bad, eh?
Heart. And of course that liver of yours.
How long have I got, Doc?
It's hard to say. Could happen any moment. Or a week from now.
How are you feeling, Mr. Simmons?
Fine, I'll be up and about soon. I suppose you're gonna fuss over me now because I'm flat on my back.
Broth. The doctor ordered it.
I'll let him eat it.
It's the only medicine I could prescribe.
I'll bet if I asked for whiskey, you'd probably hit the roof.
No.
That's more like it. You hear that, Lucas?
I told Mrs. Adams to give you an ounce every day.
An ounce? Suffering blue-bellied jellyfish. That ain't enough to cure a toothache.
Maybe not. But it'll do your arteries good. Now you get some sleep.
There'll be plenty of time for that.
I'll see you later, Matt.
Oh, hey, Lucas. Say, don't go, Luke. Wait, I want to talk to you.
Mark, wait outside for me.
What are you hanging around for?
You gotta have some of this.
Mrs. Adams, I'll see he eats his soup.
Lucas, let's start with the whiskey first. Ooh. Yeah, that Mark's a fine boy. Suppose you loved your son like I love my son.
Your son? You really have a son, Pop?
Honestly, I have, yes. Sure. I suppose you thought all that bragging about my son was just a town drunk shooting his mouth off.
Well, to be honest with you, I did. So did everybody else in North Fork.
Look, I just love to see my son before I cash in.
Where is he?
He's in Boston. He's a lawyer. What do you think of that? Oh, boy, I'm proud of him, too. Though I doubt if he has very much to be proud of with me.
Oh, Matt, you're always running yourself down.
Lucas, I wish you'd send a telegram to my boy and kind of tell him that I'm ailing, see? That I'd like to see him ask him to come.
And when did you see him last?
Oh, about 24 years ago. He was only 3. My wife died then and kind of broke me up, and I started drinking heavy. See, my sister raised him. She died about 5 years back.
Well, you think he'll come after all this time, Matt?
Well, Lucas, that's according to how you word the telegram, see? But I'll hold on, though, until he does, no matter how long it takes.
What's his address?
Got it right here.
Yeah,
It's on the first page. One more thing, Lucas. See, I don't know how to say this.
No, tell me.
I want Philip to think real well of me, see? Now, if you can tell him that I'm partners in the ranch.
Well,
Oh, please, look, just until he gets here, see? And then when I see him, I'll tell him the truth. I should have never asked this thing to make that off. I get it.
No matter. If that's what you want, I'll do it.
You will, Lucas. See, I don't deserve all this.
The truth is, you're a fine man.
Get out of here.
Not till you finish this soup, Pop.
Oh.
Well, Mr. Simmons will get better, won't he?
No, he won't, son.
You mean he's gonna die?
He's a mighty sick man, Mark. Oh, let's get back to the ranch, huh? Mr. McCain? This is our marshal, Micah Torrance. Hi.
Howdy, Mr. Simmons.
So this is North Fork.
Mm-hmm.
My bag? Your father is over at Mrs. Adams' boarding house. How is he? Well, it could be better.
It was nice meeting you. Now, if I can be any help.
Thanks. This way.
He's coming.
Doc, I didn't even sleep a wink last night. What do I tell him when he gets here?
Well, I never knew you to be at loss for words. Now, Matt, you mustn't overexcite yourself. Just be calm.
Yeah, sure.
Doc?
Hello, son.
Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
Do you think you can bring yourself to, sort of call me father?
How are you, Father?
You don't hate me, do you, boy?
Why should I?
I don't know, running out on you like I did. All these years I've thought about you. Every day, son, you're in my mind and in my thoughts. You're the only thing I have left in the world. Soon, you'll be the only thing that's left of me.
I can't pretend I have any feeling for you. I love no one. No one's ever loved me.
Your Aunt Emma, now, she...
Yeah, Aunt Emma. Well, she was very good to me. But it wasn't the same as... When I was old enough, I was sent away to school. You can't imagine what it was like. During the holidays, all the other kids would go home. And I was left.
Alone, I know.
Why didn't you send for me years ago?
You see, I couldn't. Tell me something, Philip. Why did you come here?
Well, frankly, the telegram was a blessing. You see, I need some money.
Money?
Yeah, you see, I've got a chance to buy into this very important law firm in New York. It's one of the oldest, most respectable.
And you came all the way out here just because you thought I had money?
Well, the telegram Mr. McCain sent me about the ranch. Listen, I've got an opportunity here now to buy into something that... Father. Doctor? Doctor! Doctor, look, it's my father.
He's gone. I'm sorry.
Well, at least you had some time with him. So many things were left unsaid.
They usually are.
Your father's things, I thought you'd like to keep them as mementos.
Are these all?
These and the clothes he had on his back.
A pauper leaves more.
But what do you think Pop was?
Mrs. Adams. Can't you see she's taken everything that was valuable?
Calling me a thief? Me, who took care of Matt Simmons all these years? He died owing me money.
All debts will be paid from my father's estate.
Estate? That's it.
Look, there's something you ought to know, Mr.
Well, obviously. You're the one who wired me my father was your partner.
Sure, but the...
No buts. I've got the telegram. I'm not going to be cheated out of that property. It's my legacy.
Well, nobody's trying to cheat you.
Now, I'm going to have that ranch assessed.
Let's go have a drink. I want to talk to you.
Lucas, wait a minute. You brought Matt Simmons' body over to my place. Now, what am I supposed to do with it?
I'll talk to you later, Toomey.
I can't afford to handle free burials. I liked Matt Simmons as well as anybody did. But bury him in Potter's Field.
Now, wait just a minute.
Everybody is always trying to tell me my business. Old Pop Simmons was a penniless old reprobate who drank himself to death, and I don't see why I...
This is Matt Simmons' son. He came all the way from Boston.
Oh. Pop's son? I'm sorry, sir. I said things I shouldn't.
That's all right, Mr. Toomey. It seems so far you're the only one who's been telling me the truth.
Now, if you'd like to make the arrangements,
You've said enough already, Toomey.
we'll talk later when it's more convenient.
So you lied about the ranch?
Your father wanted you respect before he died.
Yes. He tried to buy it with a lie.
Mr. Simmons. Mr. Simmons, these are the Mitchell brothers. They'd like to talk to you.
Sorry about your father, Mr. Simmons. We're very sorry. Are these the ones that killed him?
Kill is pretty strong language.
Well, what would you call it?
They meant no harm. They're just boys. Their father gave them a good strapping.
And you, the law here, that satisfies you?
Matt had a bad heart. He was...
I'm swearing out a warrant for their arrest, for murder.
Murder? Now, see here.
And if I can't make that charge hold, I assure you I'll have them convicted of manslaughter. I'll have that drink alone, Mr. McCain.
You could have waited until Pa got home.
Just a minute, boys. I'll be right with you. There. Your pa will know where to find you. Now, you got any valuables on you?
Jackknife. Well, I like to whittle to pass the time.
Can ask for it. All right, come on. Come on.
You were there, Mr. McCain. We meant no harm.
I know.
Then why are we here?
Come on, Kirby. Hardest job I ever had, locking them up.
And Simmons couldn't be talked out of swearing out that warrant, huh?
Not by me or Judge Hanneman. Justice, that's what he wants. But it won't bring back the dead. What time's the funeral?
How about 3?
No jury will send those boys to jail.
I don't be too sure, Micah. Simmons is a lawyer.
Well, he admitted he didn't have any real affection for his father.
Good thing I wasn't here when this happened, or you wouldn't be alive right now.
Easy, sir.
You stay out of this, Lucas. Micah, we've been friends for a long time, so I'm gonna take it easy on you.
Now, you let my boys out of there right now.
Can't.
You mean you won't?
Just doing my job, Seth. It was a warning shoot.
Warrant? Well, what's going to happen?
They'll be tried. Here.
Tried?
Hey, Paul.
Now, you just be patient a little while. Tried? You know, maybe I ought to got married when their ma died. Kirby and Allison, they needed a woman's hand. I didn't have time. I was busy scraping and fighting and digging a living out of the earth for. Didn't have time. I didn't have time for my boys.
Who is it?
Lucas McCain.
Leaving?
I'm going to Yuma. I'm going to see the circuit judge there. I'm asking for a change of venue.
A change of what?
I'm requesting the trial be held in another town.
Why?
I'm no fool, McCain. No local jury will convict those boys.
You know what'll happen if they're sent to prison?
That is not my affair.
Have you ever been to the territorial prison in Yuma? That's where they'll go. They're 18 years old, Simmons. Boys. By the time they get out, they'll be hardened criminals.
They're criminals now!
You can't mean that.
Well, I do. And I'm not going to rest until I see they're punished for killing my father.
A lot of things killed your father, including time. I might understand if you'd had some feeling for Matt, but you didn't. And you still don't.
Look, McCain, tell me something, will you? What are the Mitchell boys to you anyway?
Let's say I'm a father, too.
That's very touching. You're a man of great sentiment, McCain. Great sentiment. Like wiring me, my father was your partner. You ought to open up a mission. Now, if you'll excuse me, I want to get ready for the 3 o'clock stage.
Your father's funeral was at 3 o'clock.
I know.
Now, if there's anything you boys want, you just let me know, here?
Get us out of here, Paul.
We'll see. We'll see. Micah, I got a little money, but anything I got you can have as bail.
No bail set yet.
I won't have him locked up. I'll go to the bank. You just tell me how much.
Seth, if it was up to me, I'd put him in your custody till the trial. But the law...
Common thieves, criminals, gunfighters, they're entitled to bail, but not my boys, huh?
Simmons swore out a warrant for a capital crime, Seth. I'm sorry, I can't.
We'll see.
Simmons is trying for a change of venue. Well, can he?
He can if he tries hard enough.
Well, we gotta stop him somehow.
Oh, lock him up? For what? Find an old ordinance against strangers? Disturbing the peace?
Well, there must be something you can...
Mr. Simmons? I'm Seth Mitchell. You had my boys locked up. Now, you hadn't ought to have done that.
They'll get a fair trial.
You could withdraw the charges now, couldn't you?
I could. But I won't.
Mr. Simmons, them boys liked your pa. They wouldn't have purposely hurt him. Mr. Simmons, them boys are my life. They're orphan boys. Them all died when they was just babies. And if you was to send them off to jail, well, I don't know what I'd do.
I'm busy, Mr. Mitchell. If you'll excuse me.
Now, you're coming with me to Judge Hanovan, and you're gonna dismiss them charges.
I have no gun.
Give me yours, Sweeney.
Mr. Simmons are fighting.
You stay here, Mark.
All right, Simmons. Drop the gun.
Disturbing the peace.
Now, wait. Mitchell drew on me. When I took the gun away from him, he jumped me.
That's the way it was, Micah. But I don't think it gave him call to pistol whip, Seth.
I better get you to the dock.
I don't need a doc.
All right.
Ed?
Hello, Lucas.
You making a humor run?
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you a minute. Will you get on the outside of the car?
Driver? Why are we stopping here?
It'll just be for a minute.
Why?
A funeral. Old friend of mine, Matt Simmons.
Well, I'm not one for making speeches, but the fact that so many of you are here is proof that a man can have nothing and still be loved. Matt Simmons had nothing. That is, in earthly possessions, he was mighty poor. But a man's worth isn't measured by the land he owns or the money he has. Matt Simmons was no pillar of North Fork. No use pretending. Many here played jokes on him, hazed him, laughed at him, sure, but he never carried a grudge. He was the first to forgive. He just shrugged it off. Matt Simmons never hurt anybody, never cheated, never lied, except once, to gain the respect of somebody he loved. That's all I have to say. Rest in peace, Matt.
Stage is ready to leave, sir.
Go ahead without me.
I'll take your bag off the coach.
Marshal, I'm dropping the charges against the Mitchell boys.
Well, let me give you a ride back to town.
Well, thanks. I'd like to know more about my father, how he lived.
Well, I guess I'll let my boarders out.
Pa, Mr. Simmons was crying.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen a man cry before.
Well, nothing to be ashamed of, Mark. Man crying.
Benton.